So we're gonna review this Harbor Freight Pittsburgh multi-use transfer pump. I'm doing it for a diff fluid change on my 99 Viper. It was like $6, so it's worth a shot. One thing I will say is that because I know the diff fluid's pretty thick stuff, I gave a good little drive earlier to warm up the fluid that's in there so we could suck it out. Hopefully problem free. So I'm gonna open this up and give it a shot. So first thing I noticed is we got two really long red tubes. Came with some other attachments in case you got some smaller diameter holes. I think with my diff plug, these diameter tubes should work fine. So I see an out and an in, so looks like I'm gonna put the out facing the canister I got under the car, and then I'll be pumping it out. So we'll see how it goes. So let's see if any drips out. First things first is the smell is terrible. I just used up diff fluid. Okay, so none dripped out. So I'll go ahead and get the pump and start sucking it out. All right, so I got the inside there and the outside in this bucket. I'm gonna start squeezing and pumping and see what happens. Oh man, and right away I'm seeing fluid getting sucked in and it's going into the bucket. It's pretty hard to push, but it's definitely dumping some good amount of fluid in there. I'll show you just in a couple pumps and we already got a good amount in there. I'll keep going. Let's see if I can... Hopefully you can see. Oh, well, the end popped off going into the pump. That's probably gonna happen. Let's go a little bit slower as not to do that. There we go. One thing I'm noticing, which you could probably expect out of a $6 pump, is the inlet tube, the one doing the sucking, is actually compressing due to the pressure that's getting put on it, and that's most likely due to how thick this diff fluid is. So, and I'm starting to hear some burbling, which means we're probably getting to the bottom. I'm gonna have to reuse this to put the fluid back in. So before you do something like that, you got to make sure you get all the old residual stuff out. And I mean, you're not going to get all of it, but I mean, get 99% of it out. So that way you minimize the amount of old fluid you're putting back into the diff. So I just have it sitting here right now. Gravity's doing its thing, just pulling the old fluid out. And last thing I do, I'm going to pump this a couple times just to try and force things out, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this to fill up the diff. So here we go. I cut off a little bit of the tubing that had the inlet coming in. It didn't need to be as long as it was. I got one whole quart in there, and this should take about 1.4 quarts. I think that's the number I've seen online and in my maintenance book. So I should only get about halfway through this. I have had a little bit of spillage, but I shouldn't be using the whole second quart. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump this slowly until I see something. Hopefully it starts dribbling back out that hole. I'm going nice and slow. I don't want one of these tubes to the pump popping off like I did when I was taking it out. There you go. Nice and slow. I mean, this pump moves fluid pretty quickly though. I mean, I was surprised with how quickly I drained that first quart. Okay, I see some coming out. So I'm gonna pull this tube back out a little bit. Definitely some, oh baby, right in the GoPro. So looks like I hit my mark. I need to put in that, where is it? Oh no, where'd it go? There it is. The drain plug. Put this in. we had a little bit of spillage there, as you guys saw firsthand, right on the GoPro. So hopefully the camera's not too dirty. I tried to clean it, but yeah, you can see the diff fluid there. Definitely really dirty. I did have a very, very marginal amount of oil at the bottom of this, but you know, that's mostly the color of the diff fluid, and this has 11,000 miles on it, probably the original fluid. So it's a good thing that I got to this.